Welcome to section 4.4, adding and subtracting polynomials. So, we're going to go right straight into the examples, and I would recommend to pay very close attention to the process that I'm going to be employing when adding and subtracting with polynomials. Mainly, the focus is subtraction. Now, your first step is to look at what you have. I have in our first set of parentheses is 8n to the fourth plus n plus 8n to the third, and then it's adding. Here I have 5n to the fourth minus 3n squared minus 4n. Now I know that we are adding because we have a plus sign right between the two set of parentheses. So if you have a plus sign, that means you're just gonna add like terms, and that's pretty much it. What I have seen, and you should make a note, is I have seen students confuse with adding and subtracting polynomials with multiplying, meaning FOIL with polynomials, when that's not the case. Again, here we will not multiply or FOIL with these set of parentheses. So let me specify. We're not going to multiply or FOIL these two set of parentheses together. We're not going to do that because, again, you have a plus that's in between the two set of parentheses. If there's a plus or if there's a minus, you're simply just going to add or subtract like terms. Simple as that. So, since there's a plus, I'm doing this process so that you would follow the same method when it's going to come to subtraction of polynomials. So, plus 1, meaning positive 1, times 5n to the fourth will be 5n to the fourth. Positive 1 times negative 3n squared will be negative 3n squared. And then positive 1 times negative 4n will be negative 4n. And then there's nothing in the front of this parenthesis, so I'm going to bring down the inside and let go of the parenthesis. So we're going to have 8n to the fourth plus n plus 8n to the third. This is positive, so I'm going to write plus. From here, we are going to combine like terms. So let's take a look. The first one is 8n to the fourth. So I'm going to look for any other terms that has n to the fourth. And then this one has n to the fourth. So what I'm going to do is 8n to the fourth plus 5n to the fourth. That's going to become 13n to the fourth. Alright, next I'm going to look for any n's. That's our second term. So the n where it's by itself, or meaning invisible 1. And I'm looking, and there's another one where it has the invisible 1. So here is just a positive n, or positive 1n minus 4n. That's going to be negative 3n. Alright, I'm looking for 8n to the third. So I'm looking, and there's no 8n to the third, so I'm going to bring this down. 8n to the third. And then let me underline this one in blue because I combined that n with that n. Last is the negative 3n to the second power, which there are no more, so I'll bring this down. Negative 3n to the second power. Alright. I underline all my terms that I'm supposed to combine, and there's no more, so what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to put it in order. So starting with my highest degree, it would be 13n to the fourth. My second highest will be positive 8n to the third. My third highest will be negative 3n squared. And my last one will be negative 3n. So this will be our answer. And I'm just going to box this up. Alright, to review with this example, I combine my n to the fourth, which is how I got 13n to the fourth, and then for my n to the third, there was only one term, so I brought it down, and then I also brought down negative 3n squared because that was only one term. What else I combined was my n to the 1 power, which is how I got negative 3n. So these two terms, basically n to the fourth and n, was the one where I combined like terms, n to the third and n squared. I didn't combine any terms, so I brought it down. If you don't have any terms to combine, you're just going to bring it down. Once you finish combining like terms, put it in order from highest exponent or highest degree to lowest exponent or lowest degree. And that will be your final answer. I do expect this on the test, so make sure to put your answer in order, meaning highest exponent, highest degree, to lowest exponent, lowest degree. In our second example, we have in our first set of parentheses 6p to the third plus 6p squared minus 4. And in our second set of parentheses, it's p to the third minus 5 plus 5p squared. And we're going to be adding. So just like before, it's going to be a positive 1. I'm going to distribute or multiply to the second set of parentheses. So positive 1 times p to the third is p to the third. Positive 1 times negative 5 will be negative 5. Positive 1 times positive 5p to the square will be positive 5p squared or plus 5p squared. Alright, there's nothing in front of this parenthesis, so I'm going to bring down the inside and let go of the parenthesis. So 6p to the third plus 6p squared minus 4. Since that is a positive, I'm going to write plus. Alright, now let's start combining like terms. Let's take a look at the first one, p to the third, and see if there's any more, which we do right here. So 6p to the third plus p to the third, meaning 1p to the third, that's going to become 7p to the third. Next, we take a look at p squared. And then there's another one right here. Positive 6p squared plus 5p squared, that will become positive 11p squared. And then let's look for our constant number, negative 4. There's another constant number. So negative 4 minus 5, that will be negative 9. So we check after we finish combining all like terms. And once you finish combining like terms, you check if you need to put them in order. This is the highest exponent. This is the second highest. That's a constant number. So my numbers, my answer is in order. So I'm just going to simply box this up. 7p to the third plus 11p squared minus 9. That will be our final answer. In this third example, we have in our first set of parentheses is negative 3r to the fourth plus 5r squared minus 5r to the third. In the second set of parentheses, you have negative 7r minus r squared minus 5r to the third minus r to the fourth. And between the set of parentheses, we're going to be adding. If you pay close attention to between the two set of parentheses, in the first one we have three terms, trinomial. In the second set of parentheses, we have more than 3, a polynomial. So it's okay if we have different amounts. The key thing that you need to focus on is combine like terms. So adding and subtracting, you're just simply going to combine like terms. So same process as before. Plus 1 or plus invisible 1, I'm going to distribute, multiply to all my terms. I want to get in good practice, especially when we're going to be working with subtraction. And later on, distributing with polynomials. So positive 1 times negative 7r will be negative 7r. Positive 1 times negative r squared would be negative r squared. Positive 1 times negative 5r to the third, negative 5r to the third. Positive 1 times negative r to the fourth will be negative r to the fourth. There's nothing in front of this parenthesis, meaning nothing I can distribute. I'm going to bring down the inside and let go of the parenthesis. So negative 3r to the fourth plus 5r squared minus 5r to the third. Alright, so let's start combining like terms. So we're going to start with my r to the fourth. I'm going to look for any other terms that's r to the fourth, which one we have right at the very end. So negative 3r to the fourth minus r to the fourth will be negative 4r to the fourth. Next, we're going to look at the r squared and check if we have any more, which we do right here. So positive 5r squared minus 1r squared will be plus 4r squared. And then we're going to look at the next one, which is negative 5r to the third. So r to the third. We have another one right here. So negative 5r to the third minus 5r to the third, that's going to become negative 10r to the third. And then last is the r. So there's no more terms to combine, so I'm just going to bring it down. Alright, so I finished combining like terms. Once I finish, you check if what you have, your numbers and your variables with the exponents are in order. In this case, they are not yet. So we're going to start with the highest, which is the fourth. So negative 4r to the fourth. Then the second highest is r to the third, so minus 10r to the third. Then what comes next is the square, so plus 4r squared, and then minus 7r. So now it's in order. I'm going to box this up. And that's our final answer. To review, doesn't matter how many terms you have at the beginning, as long as you can bring it down, make sure to have correct signs, combine like terms, and then put your answer in highest exponent to lowest exponent.